Hi, I'm Ashley, and I love the 49ers.
And I'm Nicole, and I still love the Chargers.
And we are touchdowns
and tight ends.
We are not experts.
Not experts, but we are passionate, and it showed. It showed this week.
Oh, so passionate. If you're here with us, thanks for joining us a day later than normal. Nicole needed some morning time, and I'm sure we're going to get into that in just a little bit.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I needed an extra day. I had to just take some time from that Chargers loss. So,
all right. Well, what are you drinking tonight?
I think I'm on a water trend. I think this is going to be it for a while for me.
But that's not what I'm drinking. That's not what I'm drinking, though.
Oh,
maybe Diet Coke.
Well, at least you still have the water in case you need it.
Hold on, I need to cheers you, but I had to open it. Okay, ready? Cheers.
Yes. Cheers, Dean. Dean's here.
I needed some caffeine. Kyle and I have been trying to watch like a show every night, and every single night I'm falling asleep through like half the show. So I was like, oh, I could have some Diet Coke right now. I don't even know if it'll keep me awake, but maybe it'll give me like an extra 30 minutes, you know?
That helps. What show are you guys watching right now?
We just finished the new Dexter. Have you watched that one? Have you watched any Dexters?
I've watched all of them.
Oh.
We just finished the last episode. No spoilers, but
we finished it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're done. So we finished that. And so he watched Ray Donovan, and he's almost done with it. And a new movie came out. And I don't know how he watched that without me. So now we're watching the 7 seasons of Ray Donovan so I could watch the movie with him.
I've never watched that.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I haven't watched that. Yeah. Not too into TV right now. I feel like it's been football, and then at the end of the night, I'm just like, oh, like Dennis is like, what do you want to watch? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Football recap? I don't know.
It doesn't always work for us either. We have a couple of weeks before football starts back up for the boys. And so I'm like, well, let's get some us time in before all 3 kids are in sports, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So.
All right. We got a couple people with us. So we have Dean. So Dean's saying that the Pats are going to beat the Bills. We'll get into all of that.
Talk about the predictions later. Yep.
Am in the Dream. Niners.
49ers.
Yep.
Those are sad tears, Nicole, not happy tears.
I have no words. I have no words. But yes, the Chargers. What happened? It reminds me of that guy from TikTok.
We're going to talk about that too.
We'll get into it. Nothing good happened, I'll tell you that. But
it was a good game.
It was a great game. It was just, my gosh, I don't know how many heart attacks you can have in one game. You guys watch Cobra Kai? I watched the first one.
I watched all the seasons except the new one because I forgot that's out. Damn it. I should tell Kyle. Maybe we should bust that out real quick because they're 30-minute episodes, I think.
Yeah, Raker just finished it. He went downstairs and he watched it in like one night. He's like, have you watched it yet? And I was like,
on New Year's Eve. I was there.
Yeah. Watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right. So Dean says Patriots versus Rams Super Bowl, or Pats versus Bucks, or Chiefs versus Packers. I feel like Chiefs versus Packers is probably the favorite right now.
I've got some odds that we can go over in a little bit.
Okay, cool. Now is a perfect time to rep that Rams jacket.
No. She is a 49ers fan right now.
I'm actually working on a TikTok for you about that. So the Rams jacket has been returned. That is gone. Now my dogs are very angry. Thank you so much. Hold on 1 second.
Knock it off, Nugget. Sorry, guys. The Rams must have really got her dogs excited. Meanwhile, my dog's just laying on the floor behind me. Like a good dog, Nicole.
He is on one. Yeah, but no Rams jacket for me. The Chargers one has been ordered and is on its way to me. So I will be repping that forever.
You know what we should wear one time on our show? The new loungewear that we got.
I love that. It's so soft and comfortable.
Okay, we should do that soon.
Hey, David, how's it going?
David?
So cow patties are overrated, 6-0 versus NFC East, 6-5 versus everyone else. Let's go Cowboys. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Ashley.
It'll be a good game. I saw Margaret today for some tea, and we were talking about the game, and I was like, yep, I'll text you. We both agreed we will not watch the game together. I will probably watch that game at home alone on Sunday.
I thought about that. I was like, I could watch it with you, but yeah, maybe you just need your time.
Yeah.
So Dean says 49ers have a good chance at beating the Cowboys. All right. So thank you all for joining. Tough week for me. I'll be honest. We were going to go live yesterday and I just didn't have it in me, but it's all good. I'm focused on the next season and I'm rooting for the 49ers for the rest of the year. So, Ashley, do you want to get into, let's start positive. Let's talk about your game.
I wasn't even going to talk about my game yet. I was just going to, some of the things that stood out to me the last game or the last week of the regular season. Did you know that 3 games went into overtime on Sunday or last week?
Chargers, 49ers,
Steelers, Ravens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that game. But
yeah. I didn't watch that game either, but I was like, oh, that was interesting. What about the Jaguars beating the Colts, knocking them out of the playoffs? I love a good spoiler sometimes. Like, we were the spoiler for Arizona last year, and I was okay with it. Like, we weren't going to the playoffs, but we knocked them out also.
You know, it was funny because I watch Hard Knocks, right? That is one show that I watch. So I've developed this kind of bond with the Colts and was like so hoping that they would make it. But at the same time, I didn't want them to make it because then there was that chance that the Raiders and the Chargers could both tie and both get into the playoffs, right? So when they lost, it was kind of an exciting moment for us, just thinking, hey, there's the potential that there could be 3 AFC West teams going to the playoffs. Obviously that didn't happen, but yeah, that was an interesting game. I did not think that was going to happen. I did not think, Dean, that New England was going to lose to Miami. That was kind of surprising for me as well.
I feel like just like everything we've said all season, it's almost like you cannot predict the games right now. So I know we're going to go through our predictions for the wild card week, but I'm like,
I know.
We all know.
Right. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
So you want to talk about our games? You want me to talk about my game?
You can talk about your game.
Well, we're going to the playoffs.
Yay!
I mean, oh my God, what a roller coaster season it's been. There was numerous times, I think, on our lives that I was like, this team sucks. Like, we aren't going anywhere. We're not doing anything. And then I think we're on like an 8-game winning streak right now. I believe we're the hottest team in the NFL right now is something that I saw.
Yeah, I saw something. Someone was saying like the 49ers are the one team that they wouldn't want to play right now because it's just unpredictable.
I've always known that we have good players. We have good players. Remember, we were talking, there's just like something off. Something wasn't clicking for the team and something clicked. Was I nervous going into the game on Sunday? Yeah, the Rams are a hard team. We've always, going to that game, we were 5-0 against the Rams. So, deep down, I'm like, can we go 6-0? But also at the same time, I'm like, at some point, we're probably going to lose to them again. We can't keep beating them. And that game was a roller coaster. I feel like there was a lot of similarities between the Chargers game and the 49ers game on Sunday. The 49ers game started out really rough. We were 0-17 until the last few seconds of the second quarter when we got a field goal right before halftime. Jimmy threw 2 interceptions. I think I might have texted you during the first half and said, this team looks like shit. Like,
yeah, you were done. You were like, you were comparing it to that one game where you were so upset where you wanted to turn it off. You were just saying that they played like garbage.
Yeah, so it looked rough. Like it looked like we couldn't find our footing. Like everything just wasn't clicking. Like the defense was doing all right, but like the offense wasn't. And then, and I think we all think this. There's halftime and you're like some kind of motivational pep talk, shit talking, whatever it's going to be is going to happen in that locker room right now. What team's going to walk out of that locker room? And I think we all think that, right? Especially when the teams are down in the first half. So I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. And then, we come back and score 17 points. I'm like, holy shit, it's a tie game. Like, so I've got some stats that I wrote down, but obviously we knew, I think the odds of us coming back were, what did I read? They were like improbable. Like it was like such a slim chance, like 0.4% or something of us coming back and winning that game.
Well, you showed them.
Yeah. Obviously, it was a must-win game. The Saints were beating the Falcons. I was paying attention to that game, but because obviously, if the Saints would have lost, we could have lost and still gone. But the Saints blew the Falcons out of the water, so that put the pressure on. I'm like, we have to win. Started 0-17. So okay, that 17-point comeback is the largest comeback in the Shanahan era, which I thought was pretty cool. I was like, all right. Yeah. And then we broke Sean McVay's streak of every time the Rams have led in the half, they've won the last 35 games. That's crazy. The second longest streak in the NFL, and not anymore. But I was nervous, right? So Trent Williams wasn't playing, who's our left tackle. He was out, and I'm like, okay, great. Like he's such a big part of our offensive line. Jimmy G's thumb, right? I'm like, God, is he going to make it through the game? Like it is effed up, his thumb is. And you could tell there was some of those throws in the beginning of the game that were like wobbly or just like off. And I'm like, oh man. And those interceptions, but he came back. I think the most exciting part was, I have to read this, but there is, right? It was like the end of the game. We had 88 yards to get down the field. There was 87 seconds left and we had no timeouts. And I was
87 seconds?
87 seconds left for us to get down the field, 88 yards, no timeouts, because we had used all of our timeouts on defense. So then we had 87 seconds left to tie the game, right? And I'm like, oh, fuck. How are they going to move the ball that fast? Like, they better move. Like, get back together. What does Jimmy do? He leads them down the field, throws a touchdown as a 43-yard catch and run touchdown to Deebo Samuel. And overtime. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then I had to get in my car and watch overtime, guys, because we had to go pick up my son's girlfriend. We got that field goal in overtime. But so here's the best part about overtime. The 49ers ran that clock down to like just above 2 minutes in the 10-minute regulation overtime period. So I'm like, that's pretty good, controlling the clock. Score that field goal. So I'm like, okay, like we could win. And then I think the most exciting part was when cornerback Ambry Thomas caught that interception with like a minute left in the game. And that's when I was like, it's game over. And Ambry Thomas is somebody we drafted this year who has just started playing over the last couple of weeks and has missed some of those big interceptions or those big passes. And so for him to get that was just like, I was so excited for him. And so overall, it's a good game. It was tough. I think it was like a tough physical game. I think what's exciting, you guys have probably heard, there was more 49ers fans at SoFi than Rams fans. The Rams, it felt like a home game to the 49ers out there. The Rams were on the silent count, not the 49ers. When you heard them yelling defense, it was when the 49ers were on defense, not when the Rams were on defense. And so just so proud of the 49ers fans for showing up. And so
that's really funny. I know that you told me that, but I saw Kelly Stafford, her interview after the game, right? And she was saying, and I sent it to you too, but she was saying that she's never been to a game or seen a game since Matt Stafford's been playing where there's been that many of the opponent's fans in their stadium. And she's like, look, I come from Detroit. We come from the Lions. And still, there's never been more of the other team's fans in the stadium than what she saw. So that's really surprising to me because LA is Rams, right? I mean, of course, there's still Raiders. And I think there's also a lot of 49ers fans in LA.
Yeah.
But when you go Chargers, Rams, LA is predominantly Rams, right? So the fact that they didn't really show up is interesting, or they just don't have the same fan base.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just hoping that many fans show up to Dallas on Sunday.
I've heard that Dallas, I've never been, I would love to go, but I've heard that Dallas is another one where it's usually full of the other team's fans.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
God, I feel like Dallas has such a big fan base. When we went to that Dallas game, it was like all Dallas fans at SoFi.
I think Dallas fans are just kind of everywhere though, right? So it's maybe not so much there. I mean, there's so many people that moved to Texas that aren't from Texas. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. But great game for you guys. Great win. I was so nervous. Obviously, I didn't get to watch it because I was driving to go see you. But just making sure that they were winning. And when you sent me that text that you're like my heart and they won, I was just so excited. So
Yeah.
congrats to you guys. Still have a little tear in my eye about me, but I'm excited for you and excited to see how far they'll go. We've got a couple
comments. We go through comments before we get into the Chargers game. I see that too.
Yeah. All right. So Dean says 49ers have a good chance at beating the Cowboys. Boys for life. I'm going to have the pit going, getting ready for the game and drinking some beer. Absolutely.
Maybe I will have a beer on Sunday as well.
I'm sure you will be having a beer on Sunday.
I'll work that into my macros easy. I worked 4 into my macros last Sunday.
Ashley and I are trying to be really good and do this diet and count our macros. And it's like anytime we're talking about alcohol, it's like, all right, how are we going to do this? Not smart to do right before playoffs. Anyway, I wouldn't recommend it. It was good that the Pats lost to Miami. Trust me, if the Pats won and versus Miami,
they would have been the 5th seed. There we go.
The 5th seed. And could have faced the Chiefs in the divisional round. I was hoping, obviously, that the Chargers would make the playoffs. And I was hoping we would have played the Chiefs first because I'm not scared of the Chiefs. And I don't think that anyone really should be at this point. I think that they're getting better, but I feel like, again, they're very inconsistent. They've lost to most of the teams that we've beat. So, I mean, again, who knows, right? The Bills were projected to be the AFC champions, right? And Josh Allen and all this stuff, and it was going to be this amazing team. Now I don't see the Bills going. But anyways, Dean, I think you guys would have been fine against the Chiefs, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Next we have, it was a blessing in disguise that the Pats lost to the Dolphins. If the Pats won, they have been okay. Yep. And what's up, Zach? Sorry about your loss, buddy. At least you're still in the playoffs.
And you guys won the division.
Yeah. You're good.
You know what? I do think I said the 49ers or the Rams would win the division. And you know what I was right on? The Seahawks being last in the division. I was right on that. And I'm very excited about that.
I was wrong. I was very wrong. I said the Seahawks would be first. Whoopsie. Now, if Pats played Chiefs, it would be the AFC title game. All right. Here we go. Love Zach and his questions. What would your reaction be if you woke up tomorrow and Meyer was your head coach, Gase was your OC, and Joe Judge got fired today?
I don't know. There was a lot. Oh my God. I didn't even write down all those terminations.
Yeah, he got fired.
There's like 5 teams right now that the head coaches were fired. The Vikings, the Jaguars, the Broncos.
I would, oh God, if I woke up and saw that, I'd go back to bed. I don't even know. What would you do with that?
I would just be like, they are high or drunk or something. There's no way people made these choices right now.
Terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would still have to be a fan to my team, but I'd be like, oh man.
It'd be a rough season.
Yep.
Be like being a Jets fan, I guess.
Hey, Robert Saleh will get them there one day.
One day.
One day.
I just saw that they haven't been in the playoffs since 2010.
I saw that too. It's
That's
crazy.
sad. That's sad. Anthony Lynn got fired.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. I think he needs to just call it. But David says, when we drove and scored a field goal before halftime, I saw a spark.
Me too.
Time. Yeah, exactly. I would go back to sleep. 100%. All right. I'm over the loss to the Niners. I want a rematch in the playoffs. Haha, and beat them there.
God, could you imagine if we met back in the playoffs?
I mean, look, the Rams are going against the Cardinals next week.
Yeah. And whoever wins that goes against Green Bay, right?
I think so. I would not want to go straight into it with a divisional opponent. It's like you played them so much through the whole year. I'd want something different.
I know. Well, dude, at one point I thought if we got in and we're the 7th seed or whatever, I was like, dude, we're gonna have to play the Rams again, like back to back, and like.
So how many Rams games have you guys won?
6 in a row.
6 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
McVay is probably really scheming for how to beat the 49ers.
Of course. It's like us with the Broncos. I mean, we lost, I can't even tell you how many games to the Broncos, and finally we've broken that. But yeah, it's crazy to watch.
Yeah. All right, you want to talk about the Chargers game? I got to watch this one with you.
I love how there's like 5 minutes in the game left, and you're like, looked at your watch, and you're like, oh, Nicole, you closed all your rings, because my heart rate was so out of control during that game. Chargers game. It was a great game. It was a great game. It just makes me so damn sad because I've never seen, I mean, everyone fights, right? All teams fight. They play their hardest. They put everything out on the field. But I literally have never seen a game like that where, I mean, the entire team on both sides, like defeated, done, tired, exhausted, bleeding, clothes tearing off their bodies, like just absolutely destroyed. And they just kept going to the very last second. I mean, it ended at 2 seconds left in overtime with the field goal, right? It was such a passionate game. Raiders and Chargers both, there was so much emotion. I mean, we're huge rivals. It's a huge rivalry game. And the fact that the Raiders were even there to play to get into the playoffs was insane. The fact that they beat the Colts, right? So they proved themselves and they got there. So the start of the game was rough. 10-0 first quarter, Raiders. And I was just like, God, this is not good, but we're fine. It's the first quarter, it's 10-0. That, second quarter will be fine. So Eckler got a touchdown. Second quarter brought it 10-7. Eckler got another touchdown, brought it 10-14. And then Jacobs was a beast on Sunday. I mean, he's had an okay season, but that was his game. That's where he shined, unfortunately for us. But that brought it to 17-14 Raiders. And then we had Q3. We started with the ball. Nothing. Didn't do anything in Q3. They got a field goal, 20-14. I'm like, what? I can't. What's happening? Then the Raiders get a touchdown in the fourth quarter, 26-14. I think I looked at you at that point and I'm like, I'm done.
Yep. I'm pretty sure you walked away. Like you got up and walked away.
Season's over. That's it. Now she's like, Nicole, this is the same thing that happened with the 49ers game. It's fine. There's so much time. We were down 17. You got this. You got this. I mean, Ashley was honestly, you were my cheerleader. I would have just been a wreck if you weren't there. So we thought it was over. Chargers get a touchdown, Josh Palmer. And then they go for 2. So they bring the score to 29-22. So we're 1 touchdown away. There was so much excitement and things happening in those last few minutes. The fact that we came back, Mike Williams got that touchdown, 29-29. It's like, what the hell?
How many fourth downs did Justin Herbert convert?
He was
4 out of
6 for
5 or
6.
something? What was that?
6 for 6.
6 dude, that was so wild. I was like, Jesus Christ, that offense has got to be tired.
I mean, and I think I told you too when we were watching the game, like even Herbert, like he never looks defeated like that. His face was red. Like he looked like he wanted to cry. And it was like he never gave up. I mean, the fourth downs, dude, every time there's a fourth down, I'd get up and I'm like pacing around. I'm like, I can't deal with this. So then we go into overtime. Raiders, we lost the toss. So Raiders got the ball first. They got a field goal. Chargers got a field goal. And then the last 7 minutes of the game. So much back and forth. The fourth downs. Thought we had it. Thought we lost it. Thought we had it. Thought we lost it. And then Staley calls the timeout.
Fuck.
I still don't fully grasp or understand what happened or why. There's a whole lot of speculation, and there's his interview, and it was just, a lot of people are saying, sure, Eckler asked whoever it was on the field, were you guys really going to take a knee? And they're like, yeah, we were going to tie it. Sure, you can say that, but let's be honest. The Raiders were not going to take a knee to the Chargers. Maybe. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they wanted to beat us. They wanted revenge from the game that we won earlier this season. They wanted that win. I mean, who wouldn't?
If they would have took a knee, wouldn't they have to have played the Chiefs in round 1?
Yes, because we would have been 6th.
You would have played the Bengals, right? So
Yeah.
I also wonder if that came into play because they're like, I don't want to play the Chiefs. We want to go play the Bengals.
Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? But it was rough. It was a very emotional night for me. But Herbert, killed it again. 6 out of 6 fourth downs. Max Crosby, though, that guy is a flippin' beast.
Yeah.
And he's scary looking, by the way. I was like, oh, don't want to cross that guy. 3 sacks. 3 sacks on Herbert and pressured him on 18 dropbacks. So we lost. I mean, we lost. There was quite a few questionable calls.
Yeah.
We had 10 penalties on us. It was just a lot of it was bullshit. The PI call where I can't remember who it was, but whoever was trying to get the ball and the Raiders was here and like the ball was way over. It's just bullshit call.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I was like, that was definitely like what do they call that? Like an uncatchable pass? Like he would have never.
It was way out of play. There was no way. Yeah. It's just, and it was like the refs, and I hate blaming the refs. I don't. It's a loss is a loss, right? A win is a win. But there are certain things that happened that were just questionable. It's the same thing with the Dallas game. That was a long time ago, so I won't go back to that. But it was like the Raiders and the refs were in cahoots. There was like weird interactions and like smiling and like banter. It's like, what's going on? Does the NFL really hate the Chargers that much? You don't even want to see him get to the playoffs?
Dude, no. That's like how I felt about the Chiefs and the refs during the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I texted you the next day. I was like, I feel like my boyfriend broke up with me. It was just like, and everyone, it's just a game. It's just a game. Yeah, it's a game. But like when you're passionate, it's hard. And it was really hard for me because these guys played their hearts and souls and put it all out there. And the fact that if it was that timeout that cost them the playoffs, I mean, I don't know.
I get it though, being sad, because I'm pretty sure when we lost the Super Bowl, I took a sick day that Monday. Yeah. Like I took the day off of work, so I was like, I can't.
Well, and it doesn't help that I go to work on Monday and everybody's like, how about your Chargers? I'm like, please don't stop. Don't even.
I know. Dude, that's how it works if they win or lose. Because as soon as the 49ers won, I got all these texts. Dude, your team, great job. Congratulations, Ashley. And I'm like, and what would these texts have looked like if we lost? Oh, Ashley, that sucks, man. Maybe next season.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it was a great season. We showed who we are. It's the Chargers The Chargers are going places. They are a true franchise team. I mean, we're showing it with Justin Herbert. God forbid he never leaves us, but we have a lot of work to do on the offseason, and we'll see.
How do you feel about Staley after this season?
So I like Staley. I have faith in Staley. I trust him. I think he'll be good. He's made some questionable calls this season, right? Was it the 4th downs with the Chiefs?
Yep.
They didn't kick any field goals, which they should have, and we would have won that game. But, again, look at how many 4th down we went against the Raiders, but we had to. We didn't have a choice. That was the only way we were going to win that game. So I get that. And then this last call, again, I don't know. I'm not on the team. I don't know what was happening. I don't know what the coaches talked about. I don't know what kind of shit was being talked. I have no idea. All I know is that it sucked. It was painful. And at first I was pissed off, and everyone's like, fire Staley. And it's like, hold on. Our defense was not great that entire game. There was how many times that Carr should have been sacked?
I know. They didn't touch him.
They didn't touch him. And we had Crosby all over our quarterback. I mean, Storm Norton, our tackle, he could not stand up to him at all. And that was another thing, is what's going on? Like, no one's helping him out. Clearly he can't handle Crosby by himself. So why aren't we helping him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we need a new defensive coach. But I think Staley's good. I think he'll be good. I think he's a stand-up guy. I think he's doing what he truly believes is best for the team.
Yeah. Well, on to the Chargers.
Couple more comments. So Dean, 49ers own the Rams.
So far.
Is telling a girl on a first date that I'm a football fanatic a wise move? Also, is going to an NFL game on a yes. Okay. Why would you not? Why would you not tell a girl that you're a fanatic? Do you want her to find out later and
hate football season? You should let her know that. I don't think that it's not a bad move on a first date. Now, just don't get like super crazy fanatic. Just let her know you're like really into the Rams, like you have your YouTube channel and you're passionate. I don't know about a first date to an NFL game, because if she does not like football, she's not going to have a good time. She's not going to know what's going on.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. I think it depends on if she likes sports or not, dude. There's those girls that are like, ugh. Yeah,
but how many girls don't like sports and go to sporting events, right? Because they have fun socializing and drinking and the eating. And
he's a sports fanatic. He's going to be like us, focused on the game, not on his date.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you can't take away from the game and pay her attention, that's probably not a good move.
Yeah, because then she's like, oh, I came and you were just into the football game, which to any other girl that's like super into. Now, if she's like a Rams fan and super into it, or like the other opposing team, that'd be a fun date.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. We went to a Chargers game 2 years ago with our friend Matt, and he took a girl. I think it was their second date. And I mean, it went fine. She was not into it whatsoever. And unfortunately for her, she had to go with me. And I was screaming. I mean, I don't know how many times she like looked over at me and like, oh my God, is she okay? But I mean, she had a good time, but there was 4 of us, right? So there was at least somebody for her to talk to at all times. So yeah, I agree with Ashley. I don't know. If she likes sports, absolutely. Even better if she likes the team that they're playing against. Zach says, asking for a friend. Payo time, you should tell her it's part of getting to know someone.
Yes.
So Dean says, yeah, Raiders would have played the Chiefs if tied. I have a college degree in smack talk. I work with 2 sea chickens and 2 cow patty fans. They have learned Don't start nothing. Won't be nothing. I was talking to a girl online and showed her my YouTube channel, and I think it scared her off.
There's your answer. Don't take her to the football game.
If it scared her off, then she's not the right girl. She's not the right girl anyway.
I agree with Nicole.
Moving on.
Before we get into playoff talk, should I talk about our predictions that we had from the beginning of the season?
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay. So, Nicole, you predicted that the Chargers were going to go 12-5 this season. And you guys went 9-8. Just a little bit off. And then I had two predictions. Remember, I had my optimistic prediction, which was 13-4.
Yeah.
And my realistic, which was 11-6. I wasn't that far off because we went 10-7.
Not bad.
Yeah. I think maybe they're just predictions. I think next year we could do a job with our team and then write down who we predicted would win each division, because that would have been interesting. And I know we did that on another show, but I don't remember what we predicted.
I need to look up my interview with Zach Payo.
You're an optimistic one too, and I think it was. I think it was 13-4. Also, it
was high. It was really high.
I'm pretty sure it's 13-4, and you're like, realistically, we'll go 12-5. I'm like, okay, one game different.
I think it was 11. I don't know. I've got to watch it. But Zach, we would love to do that for the 2022 season, by the way. It'd be fun.
All right. So now we're going into wild card week.
They're fun.
First time doing predictions. I think we did pretty good.
By the way, didn't I say we were going to lose to the Raiders this game?
Hold on. Let me check my handy dandy notebook, guys. You did. Yeah. You did predict a loss.
I got that right.
That's half the battle, man.
Jesus.
You just got some other games wrong.
Oh, God. So Zach says, yeah, he wants to do it again. That'd be so fun. That was a great game.
That'll be really fun. Okay. So we have 6 games this week, 6 playoff games. In the NFC, we've got the Eagles versus the Bucks, the 49ers versus Dallas, and the Cardinals versus the Rams. AFC, Steelers versus Chiefs, Pats versus Bills, Raiders versus Bengals. It's, we could sit here and talk about some games and some predictions. I feel like also, who knows? Like, the Eagles versus the Bucks. Naturally, what are we all going to say? That the Bucks are going to win, right?
For sure.
What if the Eagles just...
They could. So
this game seems so unevenly matched.
That's kind of how I feel about KC and Steelers.
Yes, and we'll get there. So let's focus on the Eagles and the Bucks. But I'm like, I do feel like,
as much as I would love the Eagles to take the Bucks out, it's Tom Brady in playoff mode. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
I would put money on the Bucks for sure.
And then the Cardinals versus Rams is interesting because they've already played each other twice this year. But I'm going to say that the Rams are going to win. I don't think the Cardinals will make it past round 1.
I'm going to say the Rams too.
Yeah. The 49ers versus Dallas, I think, is the hardest one for me to predict. Dallas is looking really, really good. And I know the 49ers are looking really good right now. Also, I think this is the healthiest we've been all season, minus Jimmy's thumb. And I think that's my biggest concern is he played his heart out on Sunday and his thumb was jacked. Like, how much more jacked up did your thumb get playing through that game on Sunday, dude?
Yeah.
And that makes me nervous. I mean, obviously I want us to win. I don't know that I have a prediction. I will not predict this game just based off my own superstitions. So I think it's going to be I think for the weekend, that might be the best game that will be on, like for the NFC.
I think Bucks, Eagles, I think that's going to be a doozy. But again, who knows? It can definitely change. Rams, Cardinals, just because it's divisional. And also, I really like how you, since day one, have been like, the Cardinals can do whatever they want in the beginning of the season. They're not going anywhere. Like, you have predicted, like, they're not going to do shit.
I'm surprised they made it to the damn playoffs, but they did not win the division. So, yeah.
They did not.
Don't predict 49ers Dallas. We can't do that, but you could just talk about what you're excited.
I wrote down my prediction.
Okay, great.
I won't say it.
Okay, thanks. We're not going to put anything out into the universe, but I do think that's going to be a really good game on Sunday. And the last time we played Dallas, we lost, which was last season.
Yeah, so Dallas has been another team. I mean, the last couple of games, they've looked really good. I won't focus too much on it because it's against the 49ers, but it's going to be a crazy game.
I think it'll be a really good game, no matter what happens.
Good luck.
Thanks. All right. So in the AFC, we've got Steelers versus Chiefs. And I think just like the Eagles and Bucks, it's kind of like, well.
Okay. But the Steelers beat the Ravens. And I know that there is, the Steelers own the Ravens type thing, the same thing with the Rams and the 49ers, right? We all have those teams where we tend to beat them. The Steelers and Ravens have this weird, it's like Raiders, Chargers, I guess. I can't imagine that Kansas City is going to lose.
But you never know.
Steelers, I hope
they do. Imagine Big Ben's going to go to the Super Bowl.
To be honest with you, for Ben's sake, and it's his last year, I would like to see Green Bay and Steelers.
Yeah. That would be good. All right.
That was 2012, I think. That was a great Super Bowl. I mean, just having Rodgers against
2012 was the 49ers because it was a playoff game that sent me into labor. Never mind.
Yeah. But anyways, so Kansas City Steelers, I mean,
I would like the Steelers to win just because I seriously don't like the Chiefs, but I think the Chiefs, Mahomes is also in playoff mode right now.
He is.
And he's gone to the last 2 Super Bowls. He's won one, he's lost one. So you think about just wanting to prove something. So, okay, Pats versus Bills. This is an interesting one.
So you're saying Casey. I'm going to say Steelers.
Okay. Are you writing these down?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about the next
one. I don't really think it's going to happen, but
do it. I like it. Okay. Patriots versus the Bills.
Pats.
I also go Pats, dude. The Bills have just been all over the place. Man, I thought the Bills were going to take the AFC, just like we said, and I don't know what happened this season.
Yeah. I mean, we all did. That was, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Raiders, Bengals. I think the Bengals could take them.
The Bengals are good.
Yeah.
We beat the Bengals. That wasn't really a tough game, actually. But they've gotten better since then. The Raiders have already lost to the Bengals once.
We beat the Bengals also.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I hope they can pull it off. Sorry, Raiders fans, but I really don't want them to go any further.
I feel that. So I looked up Super Bowl odds. Right now, Green Bay is at 19.3%. So like they're the top pick to win the Super Bowl. I don't even know if I disagree with that. Although Rodgers doesn't do so well in the playoffs. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens the following week, right?
Yeah.
And then the Chiefs are at 16.8%, 49ers only 3%.
What about the Titans?
I didn't write all of them down. I wrote the top 2
right there with Green Bay. They're a little under.
Yeah, it went Green Bay, Chiefs, and then everybody else. And then it was like 49ers, Eagles, Raiders.
The Raiders, yeah.
But the 49ers have like one of the lowest chances, like odds of winning the Super Bowl. But like we never know.
Anything can happen. I mean, I think we were saying like the Chargers and the Rams going to the Super Bowl at some point. I mean, who knows? Just with everything that's going on, like you don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just excited the team made it to the playoffs. So whatever happens on Sunday, obviously I hope for a win, but I think it's exciting to get this far, especially based on how the team started this season.
Yeah, for sure. And especially with all the quarterback drama, you didn't even know who was going to be the quarterback, what was going to happen. Speaking of quarterback drama, let me go back to the Raiders game real quick. What was the deal with Carr and
I forgot his name. Matt,
God.
starts with the M.
I know. Mariota.
Yeah, there you go.
What was the back and forth? I think Carr was hurt, but like you were saying, like, I mean, they still won, but you're not really getting your footing in the game, right? Like you I don't know. It was interesting. I'm not sure what was going on there, but it worked for them.
It won't work in the playoffs.
Bucks are not playing the best football. Eagles could take it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, me too.
Knock Tom out of there. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too. Me too, dude. Because I would like to not have to play the Bucks.
I just don't want another Bucks Chiefs game. I don't.
Maybe I wouldn't watch that one.
Well, you're going to be in Mexico.
I'm going to watch the Super Bowl. It's just going to be in Mexico, taking tequila shots. And now, if the 49ers make it to the Super Bowl and I'm in Mexico, I don't know what I'm going to do. Go hide in my room and watch the game by myself? Like,
I had to do that when we were in the playoffs. I went down to the gym and just turned on all the TVs and was in the gym by myself, just watching it. Ridiculous. Yeah. 2010. Yeah, 2010. That's right. Because it was the year before. It was right before my dad passed. That was the last Super Bowl. Yeah. So,
wild card weekend is here. It's going to be interesting. We've got 2 games Saturday. We've got, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 games.
3 and 1 on Monday.
3 on Sunday and the one on the very first ever wild card game on Monday night. And that's the Rams Cardinals game, right?
It is.
Yeah. So
it is.
My kids are texting me probably because I need to make dinner.
I know. We've gone over. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining us. And again, sorry about being a day late. But thank you for your patience and understanding.
Yeah. Do you want to give them all our handles?
If you don't follow us on Instagram already, touchdowns_and_tight ends. That's Instagram as well as TikTok. Like and subscribe to our YouTube. And then Twitter is.
I still haven't logged in.
I don't
touchdowns. I think T touchdowns.
I don't know how to work it.
Sorry, guys. We're learning how to use Twitter.
T tight ends.
T tight ends.
T tight ends. And be on the lookout for a TikTok coming your way to celebrate Ashley and the 49ers. I'll be working on that. All right, guys.
We'll be back next Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If anything changes, we posted it on our Instagram. So it's really important that you guys follow us on Instagram because we'll let you guys know if anything changes. Have a good night, guys. Thank you again for joining us on Wednesday. Let's go 49ers. Let's go football.
Let's go Niners.
All
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Dean. Thanks, David. Bye, guys.